Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to another one of them dang old quick views. This one has been coming along for a while. It has been requested multiple times in the past. It is not generally a category of tire that I am shopping in, which is like a comp tire for pro sporty. This is the Dlux. I do appreciate the very 90s feel of a, what was that, Ariel? It's like an Ariel font, Dlux5.com. Whenever I see a website on the side of a tire, I think, hey, it's the 1990s. This is like a sportsman tire. They are sold in pairs. They are available in 3 compounds. They do not come with foams. We will get to the ordeal of not coming with foams here in a moment. This is the medium compound. This is what Dlux regards as medium. Because there are other compounds which are gold and red. This is the silver compound. The gold and red are like glue. They will wear very quickly. They will probably tear on you at some point because they're thin. This is the more utilitarian compound. On their website, they say medium is a bit softer than singular than the previous compound and recommended for hot climates and high traction surfaces. We do have the hot climate part. We don't specifically have the high traction. We have a modest level of traction. But it will likely be much better suited to the environment here than would be the gold or the red. Now, they do not come with foams. They are $40 per pair. No foams. $80 for a set of tires, which is expensive. We have tested one more expensive in the same region, Extreme Route huge pins, which are glue. They're discs of glue, and they're pins, so they will really grab onto everything. So they claim 575. I haven't put them on the meter yet to find out if that claim is accurate. That actually reminded me to get the tire gauge out. I tried single stage. I tried single stage slightly bigger. I tried single stage slightly bigger still, but narrower. I want to say this is the foam from a Pitbull PBX AT Hardcore. Did not work. I tried these with and without tuning ring. Way too soft. Way too soft. These are Crawler Innovations Villanova Comp Cut Softs. I tried a set of these, which look like they'd be hugely overstuffed. Way too soft. I tried a cobbled together with and without tuning ring. Also too soft. Where I ended up landing is the stock foam from a 2-2 Canyon trail, which has a reasonably soft outer and a very firm inner. Because while one of the single stages, I want to say the PBX AT Hardcore, it fit reasonably well, you could just, like, the tire does not support vertically. The sidewalls would have just collapsed over as soon as we put any weight in it. So we went with the stock foam removed from a 2-2 Canyon trail, which are firm on the inner, and then a tuning ring from the Crawler Innovations. And this is what I have gone with, the triple stage for the rear. Like, it looks way too big. I wish it was way too big, but it really isn't. We are going to have to, these tires will feast or famine based upon what we have determined via bench feel. Because I tried every foam I have on my foam rack trying to get something that would fill them out. Just fill them out. Every foam I would try to use would just leave huge bag at the top of the tire, which meant they were going to just collapse over. They mount up with reasonable ease for something that is reasonably stuffed with foam. I did not bubble juice any of them. These are a little trickier to mount up with the tuning ring because it kind of stuffs them a little bit, but better than the foam swimming around inside, because if we combine the foam floating on the beadlock ring and then the foam swimming around inside the tire, we're not going to really get the best picture of how the tire is gripping. Even this, you saw how oversized that foam looked. Let me get 3 in here so I don't accidentally unseat. Oh, maybe turn the clutch up past like 3. It feels about right. It's got the little point to it. This is going to be, how do we fare in terms of foam tire agreement? And I have no idea. It feels pretty good. It feels pretty good on the bench. They are peculiar. We have quite a lot of sidewall, and the carcass is very domed over, like a rupture, like many of those domed over tires. That firmness in there, I think these tires are going to have are going to be really trending towards forward drive. As we have a non-directional and omnidirectional lug, it's a tire that's going to be suited to four-wheel steer, dig operations, stuff like that. We don't have dig or four-wheel steer on our test rig, but that's fine. 143, which is 5 9/16, which is a little shorter than advertised. They are advertising, at least on the website, they want to see, come on, about like a 146, 147. Depends on the foam. It depends on the foam. It does say 575 unmounted. I don't think that's the case at all. I mushed it out a little bit and got it up to a 144, 145. Width-wise, dead 50, which is wider than advertised, but that could be the foam, that could be the beadlock ring. See, it's stuffing them out a little bit. We have variables beyond our control because I only have so many foams to try to get these things to fit. Hopefully, hoping against hope that this will work. I'm running tuning ring in the rear, as you saw me mount. No tuning ring in the front, so that will behave a little softer. Hopefully won't cut too much of our forward drive away. They look the part, and they should. Pro sporty class tire up there past 5.5 inches. Fairly narrow for a tire of that height. And let's see. Oh, I think we're going to do okay. Look at that. Real nice. Front's got a little slurve to it. Not too bad. Doesn't really push over too much. We may have, we've mounted a tire or two. This is not our first into the ring at the rodeo. So I feel like we might have guessed at least close. I don't think we've got a foam situation where it's going to make the performance terrible. It just might not be hyper optimized. Sometimes we get very lucky. Whatever the combo we throw in is the combo that works. I wish that there was a universal foam. We've made the attempt. We've made the attempt to have a universal accepted foam to test in every tire. But then, then we get tires that look like this. Like what are you gonna test in that? Those inserts might have fit. There's custom 3D in there. I wonder if the custom 3D... We might address that later. These are fairly firm. I don't know. What we're going to do is we're going to take these out. Class 3 protocol, obviously, at 140 plus millimeters. We're going to run them through. It should be warm enough. These will do their best kind of outside of predator weather. We want it to be like 70 degrees or warmer, really, to give these the best possible advantage. And we will see how they do. It's $80 worth of tires, and you have to source your own inserts. So you kind of know what you're getting into. Extreme Route Huge Pins, $100 a set. Proline Ibex will set you back about $80 a set. When you're getting into this class of tire, you're going to spend some money on it. So, at the very minimum, what we would like to find out today is, should you spend your money on them? And because weather is insane and time has been rendered irrelevant, I wanted to keep these hanging on the rack.
until we got a moment where I felt like I could test them. And I was like, I don't want to go out at midday when all of a sudden it's 95 degrees. I'm out here. It's early. It's early enough. 70, 21, 70. It is 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 70% relative humidity, which is generally an indicator that it's going to be reasonably hot on the day. Now, the sun has not hit the rocks. I know that Dlux Medium wants warmer temperatures. I think this qualifies. I've never in the past felt like 70 degrees is working against any compound of any tire. If you can't perform at 70, there's problems abounding all arounding, and that was pretty easy straight up through there. There's also that issue of are arbitrarily chosen just get what can fit foams. Are they going to do it? We've got a little scrubby. They do respond to a cutback reasonably well. It's not, you know, on the one hand, it's certainly not terrible. On the other hand, my brain will constantly remind me, $40 per pair, no foams, and foam selection is difficult. But I don't know if I'm going to convince anyone that's on the fence and dissuade anyone on a similar fence, because if I'm running this class of tire, I don't know if this is the tire I choose. This early on, even, because most of these classes will allow you to run a pin. I know I've seen many images of rigs that run a split, like one pair of these and one pair of some sort of pin, Ibex, huge pins, bully comps, something like that. I'm not a big tire mix guy. I know how these are doing so far, and it's going to come around to how they do on the rest of the test. They are up there. This is gotta be top 10%, if not top 10 tires in terms of cost per tire, cost per combo. If I had to buy foams to fit them, we're way up there. We're way up there. They're doing every bit as well as I would anticipate that they would. Yeah, we get it. That's really solid. That was nice and tight right through there. Now we had the first pass, which is foam and rubber coming together where two become one. Now how about after they've settled in a little? Yeah. Or drive bumps up, we get a little increase in pure drive. I am still going to be harsh and coarse, and I'm going to say 3/10. I'm going to pull 3/10 for that. So that's a 9.7 right there. They didn't, like, when we got across here and we got that scrabbly stuff. Okay, hold on. Wait. Little revisit. Give it a little more throttle. Yeah, see right there? When we get those little sounds of the sea, that little whoosh, it's a little scrabbly. Now, maybe if it was a little warmer, they'd do a little hotter. I'm standing on 3/10. After all, this is class 3, so we know what tires they're going up against. It's very nearly. There it is. Just these little hesitations. Now, if we were a bit softer on the foam, even softer than we are now, we could perhaps potentially prioritize forward drive a little bit more. But total available grip is constantly looming above us. A tire has a maximum amount of grip that it can generate, and you have to divide that grip between the things that you want to do. You can make a rig that does nothing but climb. You can do cool hanger line things and not be good at anything else. So I want to see versatility, and I'm seeing a level of sidewall support that I'm 100% on board with. They turn in appreciably tight. We're not getting real lift like that until we get way farther than we ought to be. And I wish in this moment we had feel-o-vision where you could feel how absolutely mush those inserts feel if you just press your finger down on the top of the tire. It feels like one of those big s'more-sized marshmallows, one of those giant marshmallows. It feels like that. And they still drive a little firm. We're getting some good compliance at moments, but it's strange. A tire that is really particular about its insert is, I tend not to trend towards that, right? The most popular tire here in the Canyon is the J-Concepts Tusk across all the sizes, because if you want to talk about a tire that is not remarkably particular about what insert you put in it, I can think of 6 different inserts that I'm running in Tusks. It's almost rare to have the same insert being run in Tusks twice, because you can really tailor them to the vehicle, and they'll run on anything. I have this sneaking suspicion that these are going to be a bit particular. No, I want no. I want this right here. I want lamp side right here. Nope, couldn't. You got to get just grab that edge. Grab that edge. That's gonna, no, there we go. Set back down. We're gonna get the pop. Yep. It is a marshmallow flavored betrayal. And I think if that insert is any firmer, we're just gonna keep taking away from forward drive. I don't know if it's the profile. It's a hieroglyphic lug. This is in the same category as Rupture's Rovers, any of the tires with a lug of this style. They are really rounded over on the top. We get that's so much fall away right there. It should not fall away like that. We don't have a foam of a firmness enough to provoke that kind of drop. I think all it can be is that you have a tire where the foam to tire agreement has to be premium. This is like a modest level of agreement between insert and tire. I keep watching these little fallaways, just like drops. Right there. We get a bit scrabbly. The lug noise is pretty pronounced at 70. Now, if these get better at 80 and 90, with the pendulum swinging back, I'd be like, oh, you know what? I mean, it's a hot day. You can get these out. But like this amount, okay, pretty good, okay? Look at that. Just sliding away. For a class 3, I'm going 9.6, so 0.4 at staircase. I'm gonna go 0.4 here as well. So we're down 4.83, 1.1. 1.1 through 3, which is, for a class 3, at this cost, that's fairly big. We're gonna go out of order on the card because it occurs to me, this is the order the card should have gone from the beginning. We usually go to Daphne's Line and then Oblivion, but we're gonna go to Oblivion, then Daphne's Line, then Tumbledore, because then it goes in a circle. It's gonna save me steps. Right here. Nice, very good, very good. Significantly more lug noise than I thought that I would hear. Don't do it. Soft like a marshmallow. Like, there is not this prioritization of forward drive that I would have thought. I think people are running I could see running this in the rear and a pin in the front. Get more drive out of the front, and then use this little bit of lesser drive in the rear. The fronts kind of lack precision. That's super wide on the exit there. I might as well just go into this line. We kind of got shuttled that way. How's that hold gonna be? Yeah, I think the foam is close. Okay, all right, we're things are looking up. Little shimmy. Cut it down. Don't want to overcorrect too much. Nice. Things are looking better. I would go. I'm gonna go. Well, let me swing around the point. I'm thinking 3/10. Yeah, 3/10 could have gone to like a 2/10, but there's just this lack of precision. Like the front floats a little bit. It grabs a little hard when it shouldn't, and it floats a little bit when you don't want it to. There's a little bit of unpredictability to it. There's, we have drive brought about by the profile of the tire, by the shape of the lugs. We got a hieroglyphic nature, but like little stuff like that, where that front is shot, it will grab almost unexpectedly. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to go this way. It's unseasonably warm. The sun is unexpectedly bright. I don't know what to expect out of these tires. The profile is changing as they get driven on. Like they're flattening out. That dome is lowering down across the top. That is what, and no hesitation, that is what I expected to see from the very beginning. So we are at 1.5, I said 1.4. Straight cut. Still way more lug noise than I would anticipate. And as you see, these rocks have been in the sun a little. Have I met the tire where 70 degrees is too cold? We need to be above 70? When they said warmer climates, I guess I didn't take them at their word. Yeah, there was zero hesitation all the way across. Go the real oblique here. Just straight at it. Fairly close to a 9.9, honestly, because just goes. I can already feel it. I can feel it coming in the air this morning. I'm gonna have to redux this tire because apparently 70 degrees isn't warm enough. Well, we're gonna hit a couple more. We're gonna hit a couple spots. Well, the next spot is in the shade, so we'll see there. And then we're gonna hit a spot that's in the sun, and I wanna see if it really picks up. Because I thought 70 would be fine. 70 is like, for some places in the world, 70 is more on the warm side. 2/10 there, 1.6 total. This will undoubtedly be an interesting progression for the tire in terms of this test and for this tire in terms of its future service here. I have a class 3, I have a proper sporty, our Canyon equivalent of a sporty, a Rhino UA1 that runs extreme route, huge pins. Just can't quite fit. Like I say, if we had a pin in the front, I think it makes. The interesting part will be, I've got extreme route huge pins in Dawnwall, which don't particularly care for super hot temperatures. I've got a set of Proline Ibex pins, also don't care for high temperatures. What do I pair with these? What do I put in the front? I mean, I would try the huge pins first. See that right there? I'm not happy about the performance profile of these. They'll do absolutely great, and then as soon as you move to a shadow, they forget how to tire. There is also a non-standardized thing going on here, which is the more times I have to get up and pick something up or turn something over, usually indicates not well for the tire. And we've had to get up too many times for a tire that costs $40 a pair. I know that sounds weird from the outside, but patterns emerge and trends develop. Real clunky on the descent. We get a lot of lug noise and then it goes away. That looked nice. We get to right there. And it won't finish the job. Are these only supposed to be a rear tire? You're not supposed to put them in the front? That's what it's feeling like. We get to right there, and we just absolutely run out of traction. This is tough. Like, I can see where they look like they're gonna do the thing, and then we immediately get to a point where they stop doing the thing. We're gonna finish our stops. But this is the first tire that I can think of where I don't feel like you're supposed to run 4 of them. Like right there. Any other tire in the front is gonna pull it over, but the rear is doing just the right thing. You have to, they handle well at low speed. We need pins in the front. We need to throw the ibex on the front. And again, now we're on rocks that are in the sun. So they will already be warmer than ambient. So they'll be above 70 degrees. And we get out on these, and the tire gets better. And then it doesn't. How do I score this? Like, I don't think they work well in the front. I think they're working well in the rear. Look at that. That was all rear tire work. Done, did it. I don't know if I have a pin that will properly pair to this tire. Most tires don't like it hot. These like it hot. What are the pins, what are the front pins that you pair with these to run goats in the rear? Like right here, any pin, we pull this, no problem. Yeah, I'm basically just looking at the rear axle. That's all rear tire work right there. You can get to the spot where if you isolate the rear axle, the fronts just don't have it. They just don't have it. It's all rear tire work. This is a rear tire? I guess that's a thing. I really don't know. The first cut here, when I try to drive in here to Hans Booby, I think I'll know. I'll know if my suspicion is correct. I think I know what's gonna happen right here. Yep, okay, yeah. That tire, I had a little vision drawn in my mind, and that tire just did it. This is a rear tire. You're only gonna spend $40 because you only need a pair of them. And this is a very specific tire for a very specific application, for a very specific environment, for a very specific vehicle. You will basically know if you need these. If you're running 4 pins and you're getting like You're like, I need to split. This is underdrive in a tire. So you're not going to need to run those huge 30%, 35%, 40% underdrive overdrives. You just put some of these in the back and you get mechanical underdrive in that. The rear now literally doesn't drive as hard as the front. They position really well. We get right there. All I'm watching is driver rear. As we get right here and we pull up this face. Watch the front end just going bonkers. And that driver rear, right up. Bosh. Exactly what I would want it to do. And then we get in close to the marker right here. Watch passenger rear now. Just kind of skirting around the edge. Two rears working together. Now right here, I want a pin for the front because, let's see, we were having a four-wheel slip right there, and if the ball was still in place, we would have knocked it off. This is a tire for combos. This is a combo tire. We will see this again. I'm gonna put it up. I've got, like I said, I've got Ibex, I've got huge pins, I've got a variety. We're gonna see these on a Rhino used as they should be. I do not know how to, and clear. Almost stuck the landing. I do not know how to score these. I don't know how to score a tire that you can only run in the rear. I'm literally, everything I do now, I'm only looking at the rear axle. I don't care what the front is doing. And the rear is unquestionably outperforming the front. Look at that little pull-up, right? We get right there. Nothing but smooth. That has nothing to do with the front axle. The front axle is not helping. So I guess this is somehow part one of a two-part Quickview, that's new. Never experienced that before, I don't think. I mean, we've done reduxes, but I do not keep any amount of 3S 450 packs charged. So we're gonna have to get the UA1 outfitted, make sure its shocks are still holding oil and all that stuff. It hasn't been run in a minute. And we'll have to bring that thing out here on a split. Ooh, that's surprising. There's a little bit of a different profile change. There we go. Rear doing all the work, the front just scrabbling away. In terms of a rear tire, I do not know. This is the first instance where we have a tire that is almost certainly intended to be run as a pair. If we get right there where we need the front to help us, it's not going to. When we get over there, I can watch driver rear deflect. The rear tires are doing all the work. Let's get right here real slow. Passenger rear is finding the spot. All of those fallbacks are the front getting to a point and not being able to finish, and it just falls back. It's a rear tire. As far as a rear tire is, how did it do? I have no idea. Let's be honest about it. If I was scoring this tire just straight across, as I would score any other Class 3 tire that runs the protocol, this thing is like low 96s, high 95s. Did decently well in wet, but by that point I had already figured out that we've got a real torque split thing going. They want that load on them in the front. I mean, they want that load on them when they're in the rear. They kind of want the load on them when they're in the front because they want to behave like rears. This is a tire that, for a very explicit reason, is sold in pairs. Because I will take that exact pair right there, and they will go on a UA1 on the rear with huge pins, and I will unmount the other two or find another set of 2.2s, one or the other, haven't decided yet, And I will mount up a pair of ibex on those, and we'll do a little, we'll hope for a morning where it's around the same, around a 70-degree morning, and we'll try it again. Because I think in 70, I think everything will sing the song. The Predator Ibex and the Dawnwall pins won't be falling off, and those rears should be able to shine. It's a weird tire. Like, it's rupture-esque, and you would expect, oh, it's just gonna do the things. It's just gonna do the things. But it did really well as a rear tire, and not so well as a set of 4. So, I mean, we have to put something... No. Spanish man! We're just going to put 3 dashes next to it on the leaderboard. Because, I don't know. We'll get a number in there when we've run it as a split. And it will have to have a huge asterisk next to it. Because I think... from what I've seen today, you can only run them as a pair. In the comments below, if you're running these as a set of 4, please do let me know. How does that work? They're very individual, as I said before. Very specific application. And we'll see. We'll do a little tire shuffle around, and we'll see them on the UA1. And we'll do that. Hopefully more sooner-ish than later-ish. So, potentially coming up sooner-ish. Thank you so much for joining us on this one. As always, comments below. Tune in for the next one. And in between now and then, please, one and all, do your very best to have a good run, everybody. We'll see you again here from the canyon with whatever that might be. Maybe another tire that confounds me. I don't know. I never know. Every day is equal parts mystery and nightmare as my bones get worse and my memory gets worser. We just hope to make it to another day.